I certainly welcome the advice of those who know something about it or who are in it. And we'll have Dr. Gloria Morrow joining us to help you learn a thing or two. Help all of us learn a thing or two. Right now, though, he is a KBLA weekend host of the Conversation Live, Altadena Rising. He is a contributor to the LA Progressive as a writer and host of the Conversation Live podcast. James Farr, good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored. How art thou?
Thou art well, and no, you didn't want me doing a marriage Monday. You're not getting me on record, getting myself in trouble, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you got to protect your peace, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not mad at that.
Absolutely. I can only tell you all the wrong things to do, but yeah.
Well, you say that, but you guys are still married, 20 years later?
26 years. Yeah. Almost 26, I'm sorry.
26 years later, yeah. So,
yeah.
And it's funny, but maybe that's how y'all stay married, because we had another couple that were supposed to be on today that have been married for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And at the last minute, the husband said no.
Oh.
So I'm detecting a pattern here.
Well, I mean,
it's keep your mouth shut, keep your marriage cool.
He's much wiser than I am. I'm trying to get to where he is. No, my key still works, so that's what's important. And really, I am blessed to be married to my best friend. So it friends, we get down like friends sometimes.
And friends don't do radio shows with their friends. Is that what it is? Apparently, that's what it is. Anyway, I do Messy Monday, the third. The second to last Monday of the month. And I do Black Marriage Monday, the last Monday of the month. Not to pick on you, James, and your lovely wife, but because with all the politics and stuff, I just want to make sure we do some focus on relationships and family.
I agree. I agree. I actually learned that I know a couple that divorced. In part, it was because of the political divide. She's a Trumper. He's a real black man, and he said, what the hell had I been doing the last 20 years? And it didn't work. They finally, he straight up said, that was the decider.
Yeah, it's tough. I was dating a Trump guy at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
The universe plays games.
Well, he wasn't a Trump guy when I met him. He converted over.
Damn.
During the course of our dating life.
You scared him that much that he ran completely to the other side.
Yeah, blame me. Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah,
it makes sense. So then that means that when someone goes the other way, I get credit.
When that shows up, yes, we'll give you credit. So we'll put that in reserve.
It's hard to track it, but I'm quite sure that I could take credit for a couple at least over the however many decades I've been doing radio.
Many. Can we send Hank Jones a happy birthday?
We should.
It's
Shirley Strawberry's birthday today too. Happy birthday, girl.
Yeah, Hank Jones, San Francisco aide, oldest, his 90th birthday. He is the oldest living Black Panther. And it made me realize a couple of things, Dominique. We have a lot more life to live and a whole hell of a lot more work to do.
Yeah. Well, Hank Jones is still working. I mean, he's on the board of directors of Black Lives Matter Grassroots at 90.
At 90.
And one of the things that I admire about him, aside from his long portfolio of work for Black liberation, is that he is so humble.
Yeah.
He's just low key. He doesn't walk around, I'm the OG Black Panther. I did this, I did that. If you know, you know.
And that's a good point. And if you know, you know, but he doesn't have to announce himself, right? It's like the room understands who he is.
Usually, yeah.
And he's so lucid. He spoke for a little bit and he talked about just seeing the generations that were there. I was happy that my 10-year-old son just was able to be in that space, whether he understood what was going on or not. But Hank's grandchildren were there, and I think they had a chance to hear about their grandfather, great-grandfather, their elder, in a way of such reverence, and And it's important. I had the opportunity. I know Hank. He was impacted by the Altadena fire and was displaced. Knew him before that, but I had the opportunity to thank him. Right, it wasn't a eulogy. Like you go to some older chronically mature parties, and people start eulogizing people. That's not what this was. But I had the opportunity to thank him for his mentorship, teaching, and tutelage of Dr. Melina Abdullah, because she informs so many others of us based on the lessons she's learning from him and many others.
Yeah, well, yeah, big HBD to Hank Jones. We got a lot of stuff to cover, and we'll get to it, of course. Altadena stuff, but there's some LA stuff as well. Man, the gerrymandering conversation, Ed and I were having an argument about that. You and I can agree today or disagree. We'll see where we land on that. What California's talking about, pushing back on Texas's plan to create more Republican seats. Is that a good idea or not? I think the conversation is one that's worth having. And, the big news over the weekend, well, there was a lot of big news, but it seems like the world is finally talking about the mass starvation that's happening in Palestine.
Right.
That it surprised me how much the conversation has ramped up, and that could be a good thing. And then how these ICE raids are currently impacting all kinds of things that would seemingly have nothing to do with immigration, customs enforcement, like whether or not you can get tomatoes, and the prices of said tomatoes, among other things.
Right.
The schools, school attendance, and so much more. We got a lot to talk about. You're invited in 800-920-1580 if you got something to say to James or me, or just to yourself publicly. 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DiPrima. James Farr is here. Miles Lowe on the boards. KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we're proud to be celebrating 4 years on the air, but we know we could not have made it this far without you. We work hard every single day to curate conversations that will enlighten, encourage, and empower you. So, from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580, a big thank you for your love and support.
You don't know how much you mean to me.
And by the way, if your smartphone did not update automatically, be sure to download our brand new KBLA 1580 app. We think you'll love all the new features, including new ways to send us photos and video in real time, whenever news breaks, while we're on the air. It's a new dawn, a new day for KBLA Talk 1580, and we're glad you're on this journey with us.
You never turned away, you were right there. Thank you, thank you.
Want to extend that barbershop shave at home? Try Gillette Skin Guard, designed specifically for men who battle shaving irritation. With this irritation defense bar, 2 comfort blades, and a touch of aloe, it helps avoid shaving bumps and irritation, leaving me looking my best. I find it perfect for when I need a clean, fresh look, especially between barber visits. Tailored for black men, it's easy to use and offers the comfort my skin deserves. Stay confident between cuts with Gillette Skin Guard. Want to extend that barbershop shave?
Hi, I'm Jesse Jackson Jr., inviting you to join me weekdays at 12 noon, right after Tavis Smiley, here on KBLA Talk 1580. As a law school graduate and a theologian with a firm grasp of our body politic given almost 2 decades in Congress, my show is the fresh new home of an authentic, uncompromised quest for transformation and salvation, both personal and collectively, as I vigorously interrogate the theological and symbolic meanings embedded in our society. I promise to leverage my knowledge of history, theology, and both international and domestic issues to imagine an inclusive vision for the future, which I hope will inspire all of us to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as a given, not just an aspiration. So join me weekdays at 12 noon right after Tavis Smiley for 2 hours of the Jesse Jackson Jr. Show only on KBLA Talk 1580.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now, James Farr is here as well. And you're invited in at 800-920-1580. James, I don't think we've done this before, but let's go right to the phones. Let's go to Michael calling us from Kansas City. Good morning, Michael.
Yes, good morning, and thank you for taking my call. Just want to mention very quickly that there are 3 very interesting articles in today's issue of The Guardian, the U.S. online edition. One has to do with the city of Haywood removing black residents from Russell City back in the 1960s. There's a reparations fund. It's not very much. It's been set up, and there's an exhibit at the Oakland Museum of California, I think is the name of it. But the title of the article is "Our Dreams Were Shattered, the Black Californians Forced from the City They Built."
Okay, I haven't seen that, but James and I are both from the Bay Area, so you can guarantee we'll be looking into that.
I'm familiar. There was a lot of displacement because of BART. I was just up in the Bay Area last weekend, and folks were talking about the exhibit, and I couldn't make it over to
BART
the museum.
is Bay Area Rapid Transit,
our
for
subway.
those who are not from
our subway.
the Bay. The raggedy subway, that is.
Come on, it's not that bad.
It's pretty raggedy. Anyway.
There's another one, the far-right revival of discredited race science.
Yeah, I've seen that revival. Hopefully they talk about Elon Musk, because he's one of the main perpetrators of spreading those debunked theories about brain size and yeah.
And then there's a third one. Los Angeles Justice Department drops cases against L.A. protesters after officers caught making false statements.
Yeah.
And it mentions Bill Asaley and Pam Bondi and things that they just did not do right. So.
Yeah, well, so that's a great topic, Michael. You know, I love talking about the big Bill Asaley fail. They're saying he might not even hold on to that job because so many of the cases that he's brought against protesters turn out to be nothing burgers, and they are being dropped down to misdemeanors, which is not his job as a U.S. prosecutor to bring misdemeanors against protesters.
Well, we've seen Asaley show up in the Trevor Kirk case in the Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy that was convicted for manhandling and abusing an elder up in Lancaster. This is the same Asaley that weighed in on the Breonna Taylor sentencing, same guy, who suggested that the judge give that officer 1 day in jail. So,
well, this is interesting too because what Mike is bringing up, because it's not LAPD that they're saying made false statements. It's federal law enforcement. They're talking about 26 people that they charged with assaulting and impeding federal officers, but it sounds like those federal officers were lying. And we saw that you look at the case against the congresswoman who was charged after they dropped charges against my brother. It's the same thing. Her elbow barely brushes a federal officer, and they're saying she assaulted him.
I mean, there was another incident where a woman, 5'2" at best, 100 pounds soaking. You, Dominique, I mean, she was just a very small statured woman, stood on the sidewalk, and they arrested her for obstruction. So I'm glad that you said what I was getting ready to say. Let's not call it false. They're lying.
LaMonica McIver, that's the congresswoman. You know, and you can see it on the tape. She barely touches the guy. Now they're charging her with assault. And so it looks like that on top of the false reporting that we've seen from LAPD and other agencies right now, they're talking about these ICE agents, federal agents. One is a DHS, Department of Homeland Security, who said that a protester shoved an officer when the videotape shows the officer shoving the protester.
Police being creative, flat out lying. I mean, that's nothing new.
Yeah, but this is not what the Trump administration is looking for, a whole bunch of dismissals.
No, of course not. I mean, but they're throwing everything that they can at the situation, and whatever sticks. And this is when you think about if ever there were a need to undo qualified immunity, this is textbook example.
There was a song that came out, I think it was 2020. You about to lose your job. That's the song I'd like to dedicate to Mr. Asaley this morning. You about to lose your job. Because, even the LA Times said he's struggling to secure indictments in protest cases. They didn't mention the lying part, but they did mention that he's probably not going to, because that's a temporary appointment. They appoint, just like the Alina Abbott in New Jersey, Trump appoints her for 120 days. Then it's up to the court to decide whether or not they're going to affirm that appointment. In New Jersey, they did not. And they're trying to look for a workaround. The Trump administration is.
He can always go back and continue his effort to help with reparations in the state of California.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see it. I'd love to see it. Get back to your original job. Black Power.
Black Power.
We're laughing because this is a former assemblyman who voted against any and every single thing ever that would help black people or Latinos in his entire tenure. Never got one single bill passed, and then at the last minute tried to step in and play us by saying he was going to champion a reparations bill just in order to divide black people. Really, what my analysis was, but. You about to lose your job.
You know, I needed to laugh on a Monday morning. Thank you for giving us that, because it is laughable. And yes, he should lose his job.
Yeah, and I believe you will. But who knows? The Trump administration has come up with all kinds of creative ways. They appointed one prosecutor as his own supervisor in order to keep him on a job that he was not qualified for. So,
well, you know, he's highly employable in a white supremacy regime, so I'm sure he'll land on his feet.
Highly employable. So you know that Trump called Abbott, the
Texas governor.
Thank you. And told him, hey, can you reshuffle those seats, do a little gerrymandering for us so we can get more Republican Congress people so that we can hold on to the House, because he knows that in 2026, in a fair election, Republicans are going to lose control of the House of Representatives. Keyword, fair election. So Abbott, ever the willing sycophant, is moving to gerrymander Texas, which has already been under fire for taking away black people's voting power, to create more Republican seats. And now Gavin Newsom is like, two can play that game. How about if we gerrymander California and we can do way more damage. We're bigger than Texas in terms of population.
Right.
Ed Sanders feels like that's falling into the trap of an endless cycle of gerrymandering, and it's unethical. I think that Democrats are too often bringing a knife to a gunfight, and sometimes you got to do some stuff.
I think both of you are right.
Are you running for office, James?
I absolutely am not. No, both of you are right. I mean, but I question Democrats' resolve to really get in the mud, right? And really, let's go. Not let's go like I'm with them, but I'd like to see them try.
Well, here's the thing. I understand Ed's argument, and I understand that in the big picture, like he said, there's more important things we could do, like actual proportional representation in the Senate, or making D.C. a state, or making Puerto Rico a state if it wants to be a state, or getting rid of the Electoral College. Like, all of these things would help, but none of these things are going to happen before 2026.
And none of those things have happened prior to today. So that's why I think both are right. I think Brother Ed, who I love his take, it's ideological that maybe that could happen, but the reality of it is, if we're going to shift the country, something radical needs to happen right now.
Yeah, and at least something that represents fighting back beyond making emails and statements and showing up outside of buildings with signs. We need something that could actually impact the outcome of the election without getting Elon Musk to rig it. Just, just regular legal things. And Representative Isaiah Martin, who was arrested in Texas, he's running for something, I think Senate in Texas. He was taken out for criticizing the gerrymandering. He made a good point, which is that if we do what Governor Newsom is suggesting and gerrymander California in retaliation, he's suggesting we do that in every blue state until Republicans say uncle, and we can pass a federal law banning gerrymandering.
So I'm one of those people, because I'm an independent, right? Like I scoff at the idea of either party being in power. I absolutely do not agree with what's happening now, and that needs to change. But I'm too much of a cynic to put hope into a Democratic-run country. It doesn't impress me. It doesn't excite me. It doesn't make me look forward to waking up like they're going to do something different. But what we have has to go to, and Governor Newsom talked about, Trump seriously considering running in 2028, and that we seriously need to do something to get ahead of that.
He is. Yeah, it appears he is planning to run. I mean, they already have the merch. Anyway, it's time for news, traffic, and sports. It's time for you to call us. Don't forget to tap in on the YouTube channel. It's KBLA 1580. And the comments section is popping as usual. I'm Dominique DiPrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 11 people are recovering after they were stabbed at random at a Traverse City, Michigan Walmart store on Saturday. A black man, Derek Perry, held the man at gunpoint until police arrived.
Multiple citizens, including one who was armed with a pistol, were confronting the male suspect in the parking lot, preventing him from harming further people.
Grand Traverse County Sheriff Michael Shea says wife 42-year-old Bradford James Gilley was arrested and is facing charges of terrorism and 11 counts of attempted murder. Black 7-year-old Samaria Farley of St. Paul, Minnesota is slowly waking from a coma after being hit by a car. Her family says signs of recovery bring hope after the crash left her with serious brain and spinal injuries. The driver stayed at the scene and was later released. And today is National Buffalo Soldiers Day, honoring the first African-American Army regiments formed in 1866. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the time? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers lost another close game in Boston on Sunday. They went down 4-3. The Dodgers scored only 5 runs over their last 2 games against the Red Sox. They hope to get their offense back in order tonight in Cincinnati. The Angels beat Seattle 4-1. Mike Trout's 2-run homer gave him 1,000 RBIs during his 15-year career with the Angels. It was a special day Sunday for Japanese baseball fans. Ichiro Suzuki is the first Japanese-born player to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Suzuki was among 5 players inducted in ceremonies in Cooperstown, New York. The right fielder played 14 of his 19 seasons with Seattle. Suzuki, a 10-time All-Star, won 2 batting titles, 10 Gold Gloves, and had 3,089 hits. Suzuki still holds the Major League record for most hits in a season. He had 262 in 2004. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
During this time, it's important for everyone to know your rights. The 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments in the U.S. Constitution protects every one of us, regardless of immigration status. The 4th Amendment requires a judicial warrant to search your home. The 5th protects your right to remain silent. And the 6th gives you the right to an attorney. Just remember,
No warrant, no key. Privacy. You don't have to speak. No lawyer inside. Don't say a thing. Yeah, we all got rights.
Hey, we all got rights.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we aim to foster enlightening, sustainable, restorative dialogue, and we welcome unapologetically progressive viewpoints that empower fellow citizens. We are now accepting submissions for KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorials like this one.
For the KBLA Talk 1580 guest editorial, I'm Martin Gordon, chair of the Pasadena Community Coalition. Recently, I listened to a Tavis Smiley Show conversation with James Farr. James said something that caught me off guard. Black Altadena is gone. My community is being murdered. I said murdered.
All you have to do is go to our website homepage at KBLA1580.com and click on the icon that says KBLA Guest Editorials to learn more about our editorial standards and content submission guidelines. As long as the topic aligns with our mission, we are happy to review your submission and consider it for broadcast. We can't make any promises, but we want to amplify progressive perspectives that are community-focused and solution-oriented. So, go to KBLA1580.com right now to download all the information you need about our guest editorials. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, I teased a bunch of things. We're going to try to get to everything, and plus there's a couple things I wanted to ask you about that I didn't mention. Jerry Anderson said, but going Democrat seems like it would be going in the right direction, wouldn't it? And Selena says, yes, James, I agree, not excited at all. Jerry says, what I mean is that these Republicans seem to have lost their minds. Yes, and you, when you say you're an independent, you're one of the few that I actually believe, James, is not just a Republican who's trying to not call himself a Republican. Most independents.
Then why would you introduce that to it? Can I just be an independent? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because everyone knows that's what I think, because I always say it. So I'm pretty sure that your politics are left of the Democratic mainstream rather than the other way. But in each moment, whether you're independent or a progressive Dem like me who's leaning towards another party, you not Republican, by the way. You got to do what is strategic in the moment.
Sure.
And in the moment, winning the 26 midterms has to be a priority. Period. Full stop.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the same cycle. Like, it's watching the same game every 2 years.
It's the same game, but if the Republicans win the House in 2026, the amount of damage that will happen during the next 2 years.
Oh, I agree. I mean, we
is unfathomable.
we
It's amazing what they've done already, and it hasn't been even a year.
We don't disagree. I didn't hear who you said that, but I think we have to stop lying to ourselves, right? The Republicans haven't lost their mind. They found their mind. Like, they're on brand, they're on mission, and let's stop lying to ourselves.
Yeah, crazy like a fox. They're actually executing Project 2025.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know it's a plan because we've seen it. By the way, if you're driving around in LA today, there's a jackknife semi-trailer. All westbound lanes on the 91 out Yorba Linda are closed, and so the 91 is probably going to be a whole mess for a while. That happened at 4:15 in the morning, so it's going to be a mess for a while, just FYI. Okay, so what is going on with this Southern California Edison Fund? Suddenly they've come up with a fund to pay people who have suffered losses. It sounds suspect.
So it's not suddenly. I had former Assembly member Chris Holden, CEO of LA Fire Justice, on my show, and he's authored legislation. So there's money already set aside, right? Southern California Edison has to put more money into a fund that people essentially can access. I've talked with a few attorneys, and what they're saying is that people really should measure twice and cut once. It's not a good idea to represent yourself. There's the potential that people may end up settling for less than what is actually owed to them. But we'll learn more details.
So that is shady. I mean, it's basically the company trying to get you to deal with them directly and leave a lawsuit that you may be part of to take what they'll give you because it'll be faster and easier. You won't have to go through the legal system, but you're probably going to get less than what you're owed.
Well, what's shady is their advice, or kind of the language that they use, that whether you are or don't have an attorney, something to that effect. I mean, that's kind of the shading part of it. I think you have to understand that, Dominique, people are in very precarious situations now 6 months after this fire. Martin Gordon, who you've interviewed, described his life as 10 to 12 hours every day trying to reassemble the last 70-something years of his life.
Yeah.
He's retired. He has the time to try to put his life back together. But for so many thousands others, they're going to have to make a decision that's a personal decision. And that's
and like he said in his editorial, he's 70-something. He doesn't want to spend the next 10 years trying to build his house and figure out, lawsuits. I get that.
No. Yeah. So that's the hard part. It does, according to what they've announced, that it will roll out in the fall. They don't give a specific date, so I guess we'll say after September, late or early October. But I've put a request in to find out more from the company, and they're kind of closed lip right now, but we'll see.
The one thing that I did like about it, and correct me if I'm wrong, James, it says that there's funds there for renters.
Yeah.
Would renters be able to be part of a lawsuit?
Yeah, so yes, against Southern California Edison, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyone impacted, right?
So then it's the same situation where a renter may get less than what they're actually owed. And Southern California Edison said in their press release, these kind of investigations can take 12 to 18 months, and this can help give them the option to be compensated more quickly and in a more streamlined way. So it's very clear. They're saying, take what we offer you now, avoid the hassle. It reminds me of a plea deal.
Pretty much. I mean, I think the renters, the renter part of it, they haven't lost property. They've lost a home, obviously, residency. They've lost their materials, but they haven't lost their real property. And so this may be a better option, or the best option for some folks who are renters or and have been displaced, as opposed to someone who has lost property.
Right. Who presumably, well, not presumably, who may have insurance.
Whether you have, that's a whole separate thing, right? Yeah. You legally you have causation. Southern California Edison, it appears, right? It hasn't been definitively adjudicated, right? But it appears that they are the cause of this fire, right? That's different than Palisades. Palisades, there is no bag or no purse for people to go recover money from. It's strictly up to their insurance or whatever governmental resources are available.
Right, which tend to be kind of small.
A little bit and slow.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff here. Let's go to the phones. We're going to go to Fahima calling us from Washington, D.C. Good morning, Fahima.
Well, Baragani and Che Pasa, Dominique, and greetings to your guest. Can you, to Mr., to your co-host, to your guest here, Ed Sanders, right?
No, that's James Farr.
James Farr. I'm sorry. My apologize.
That's okay.
I just want to lend a perspective. These people who are in office and are in control of our country are not Republicans. Senator Ed Brooke was a Republican. Mitt Romney is a Republican. The late John McCain was a Republican. But these people are an outgrowth of the Tea Party, and they're MAGA, and they are not Republicans. I mean, George Bush, who was a Republican, who we had ideological differences with, he actually doesn't look too bad in comparison to these monsters who are cruel, maniacal, and are willing to do any and everything.
But these are the Republicans of today, Fahima. I think saying they're not Republicans gives the Republican Party a pass. They are enabling this. They are signing off on it. Every single one of them is voting for it. So maybe it wasn't the Republican Party back in Bush's day, but right now these are the Republicans. These new Confederate MAGA fascists are the Republican Party right now.
But Dominique, they have galvanized people who never voted before.
True.
This is an outgrowth of the Tea Party. People who would have never even considered voting, who are anti-establishment, who are QAnon wingnuts.
Yep.
And I don't consider these people Republicans, but at least you were able to negotiate and make deals with these folks.
Well, to me, that sounds like giving Republicans a pass.
It certainly sounds like a pass. So my question is, how do we activate our people, right? I mean, so they activated the nuts, right? How do we wake up our people and have them get more involved with it? I'm really less interested in hearing about what I know and I see and I experience every day on the other side. I'm looking for a solution to get us woke.
Well,
can we still say woke?
Yep.
Okay.
Just as Dominique suggested, that they've got to stop bringing a knife to a gunfight. They have to fight on the same level, because to a large extent, the misinformation and disinformation campaign flooding all the zones is what has gotten them over the finish line.
And for the record, that's Dominique and Fahima talking about violence with knives and gunfights. I'm talking about.
I don't mean literally. I mean metaphorically.
I know.
I mean literally, metaphorically, spiritually, symbolically. Every way we fight, and we have to take the fight seriously.
A mic, a pen, and a camera. That's what I got. All right, that's my. All right.
Use what you got, baby.
One last point. The notion that the Democrats aren't doing anything, they could be doing more, but they are fighting with lawsuits. And I think I did share with you the status of some of these lawsuits from Project 2025. So they're not just, doing rhetoric. They are fighting in the courts across the country.
Yeah, well, we need to, I agree. We're in agreement. They need to do more. Because this right here is an emergency, people. I don't mean to sound alarmist, but it is what it is.
I mean, it just seems a little bit more activated now that other folks' Fourth Amendment rights are being violated. I mean, we've been critical and asking for change with Jump Out Boys, Stop and Frisk, and I'm going to get in trouble, so I'm going to leave it there.
No, if you don't get in trouble, you're not doing your job on talk radio. Fahima, it's always good to talk to you. You got to make somebody mad. Somebody got to be mad. That's part of the job. Did you hear that Trump wants to prosecute Beyonce? He made that announcement.
For what, ticket prices?
I might support that. Because he says that she got paid $11 million to endorse Kamala Harris, which she didn't. So there's no evidence of it. He just,
if she were paid more, would Kamala have won? Is that what he's saying, or?
He's claiming that it is illegal to pay someone to endorse you. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's fiction. It didn't happen. It's just funny that he's so desperate right now. Oh, Beyonce's a big star. Maybe she'll distract people from Epstein.
Yeah, I was watching the Daily Show, and the new host was saying that Trump is trying to offer us a new form of sugar to ignore pedophilia. Like, he's throwing everything at everything.
Josh Johnson.
Yes.
I was so happy for him. He got that job. 2 black hosts in a row. What? Because that was Trevor Noah's come up.
Correct.
That Jon Stewart originally hosted that show, and now they've got Josh Johnson, who is not a household name, but he's quite funny. He's quite popular on the internet too. Sort of deadpan humor.
Well, we just want to see the Epstein files, right?
Free Beyonce, yeah.
Free Lord.
I just hope he get the beehive after his behind, because he is not going to want that smoke.
No.
Don't nobody want that smoke. 800-920-1580. A couple stories you brought to the table from out there in Pasadena, Altadena way, and I will look at those and all the other things I said we were going to talk about, and whatever you want to talk about. 800-920-1580. You know where you are. Unapologetically outspoken, unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Founded in Los Angeles in 1986, litigation powerhouse Quinn Emanuel has deep roots in the Los Angeles community. Since 2007, we have litigated some of the largest fires on the West Coast. We are proud to be the only AmLaw 100 firm in the country to represent wildfire victims, giving affected individuals, families, and businesses the same focus and individualized attention we devote to our Fortune 500 clients. BTI Consulting has repeatedly recognized Quinn Emanuel as among the 4 law firms in-house counsel least like to oppose in any litigation, and we are often deemed the most feared. And after securing over $80 billion for our clients in various matters firm-wide, we understand why. If you have been affected by the recent wildfires in Altadena and the Palisades and would like to discuss your situation further, please contact wildfire support at QuinnEmanuel.com or call us at 213-443-3050. Quinn Emanuel is proud to sponsor Conversation Live Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
Attorney advertising. Prior results do not guarantee future outcomes.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is Secret Clinical Dominating Extra Stinky Stress Sweat. And this is regular deodorant. Secret Clinical in a heat wave. Oh, what a beautiful day. This is regular deodorant. Ugh, I can't. Secret Clinical with workout sweat. Let's run another marathon. And regular deodorant. How much more? Secret is the GOAT. Because nothing fights sweat better. Stay fresher under pressure.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth.
Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome. We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
James, woo, we don't black down. That's radio. Anyway, so you brought a story from Pasadena, Altadena area, which is where you live.
Yes.
About the chair of this oversight committee there. And I was reading the article you sent, and it's confusing. So explain what happened.
Well, first of all, there was an article published in the Pasadena Black Pages last week that framed up the chair of the Police Oversight Commission, Esprit Jones, as choosing her own personal trauma over the community's goals. Few things that are problematic about the article. One less so. I don't have an issue with anyone having an opinion, right? We do things forward facing. You're subject to criticism and scrutiny. I do have a problem with yellow journalism. I do have a problem with AI generated journalism. I have a problem with an article being written with fabricated sources and quotes from people because it's AI generated. And it frames up a black woman in a very cozy kind of context with police, and we know how problematic that can be when you are both an activist and in community. So it was just negligent. It was reckless, and I took issue with three men framing this sister up in this way. It's just not necessary.
Well. And not surprising. I mean, when we look at how these oversight committee members are attacked in every city, clearly law enforcement does not want to have that kind of transparency or accountability.
But when it comes from when members of our community attack members of our community for their own personal and petty, their language I'd like to use but can't, but for their own petty reasons, we're supposed to protect our sisters.
And that, yes, you are. Good job. And that ties into the Anthony McClain case, because this woman, Anthony McClain, who was shot
5 years ago, 2020, August 15th, was shot fleeing, running from Pasadena police, and was shot twice in the back. Mr. McClain bled out on the parkway, the sidewalk, right in front of this single mom's home, apartment. And so I tend to think that when I think of trauma, right, and who was I responded. I came over later, right? She had the yellow tape and blood in her yard. And so it's as much her trauma as it is the community's trauma. But somewhere in that article, they're talking about AB 392, which, should allow officers to be prosecuted, right? Well, the article never mentions that the city council, nor the city oversight commission, nor the city attorney have any jurisdiction over filing felony charges against a police officer. So it's bad writing, it's yellow journalism, and it's an attempt to frame up a black woman who is serving our community, who is learning the ways of the Brown Act and governmental. She did say some things that I didn't really like, but we shouldn't do that to our sisters.
Okay, sounds like a larger story there. Let's go to Chanel, calling us from LA. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. We lost our house in the Eaton fire.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. So we've been going through a lot, running into people gouging architects and contractors, but we're also trying not to lose our business, and we're being threatened right now, unfortunately, in our little vending space that we have in Pasadena, and we're trying to seek help. There's been no lawful eviction or anything like that, but they're blocking our entryway, and it's just really a terrible situation. So, Mr. Farr, we'd like to be able to get in contact with you if there's any ways we can explain a little bit more about what's going on.
Absolutely. Two ways you can get in contact with me, and thank you for sharing your story. At James Farr Live across social. You can send me a DM. Maybe you can give Miles, we'll put you back on hold, give Miles your number. or a way that I'll reach out to you. You don't have to reach out to me. I'd love to see how we can support you.
Much appreciate that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
God bless you guys. Good to have you on the show today.
How are you doing now, though?
I'm seeking therapy. I had an appointment on Saturday, and I'm just shaking inside, really, to tell you the truth. I'm trying to be a strong person, but it's been very traumatic. Yeah. And we're trying to navigate our way through and stay strong. So we appreciate all that you do. And I do look forward to sharing, a little bit more with you. And thank you for taking the time to take the call. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. God bless you, sister.
God bless and Godspeed, indeed. Oof. Well, it tracks with what you said in an article you wrote on July 4th. You said a half a year later, the flames are gone, but so is the help.
Yeah. It's gone. I mean, it's available, but...
What do you mean it's available?
Meaning that if you have to literally do what she did, pick up the phone before 7 a.m., listen to a radio show. That's not the only, but you have to make the effort, right? The rush of global support, what we saw 5 months ago when you first came out to the area, it's all gone, Dominique.
So for someone like Chanel, we only got a couple minutes here, other than calling KBLA, I mean, where do people go? What are the calls they should make? What are the websites they should be on?
It's such an individual situation, right? Yeah. Like your needs may be different than someone else's.
So the help hubs are not there anymore?
They're there. Altadena Rising is doing a great job with getting information out and community-based type information. Ashley, who was on our panel, Brandon at the NAACP Pasadena branch is doing the best that he can. Michelle at Neighborhoods. The same players who were there before January 7th are still there today helping the community. It's just that your need may be different. A block can have 50 houses on it, and you have 50 individual situations.
Yeah. But I mean, that might be a good place to start. Neighborhood Servants or the NAACP Pasadena, Altadena Rising.
Yeah.
Or James, he's got a show every
Saturday
at 10 a.m. on KBLA, focusing on keeping us up to date there. Remind folks how to track you, James.
At James Farr Live across all socials, and show is Conversation Live, Altadena Rising, Saturdays live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in. It's always good to talk with you. And don't worry, I won't insist that you do Black Marriage Monday.
I just walk out. I'm leaving this morning without a black eye, so this is a win.
Oh, right. But you couldn't leave without crying. Lord. 50 push-ups. Drop down.
She DPing me, y'all.
There's no whining in talk radio. Sahara Ali is going to get us right for the week ahead, and we're taking your phone calls. All that coming up only right here.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. 11 people are recovering after they were stabbed at random at a Traverse City, Michigan Walmart store on Saturday. A black man, Derek Perry, held the man at gunpoint until police arrived.
Multiple citizens, including one who was armed with a pistol, were confronting the male suspect